Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
Office Bloke Aidan.
Here we are, Office Bloke Daz Sports Edition does tennis.
For the first time, eh?
Yeah, can you play tennis?
I know the rules and how to play it, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to start playing it to a good standard.
No. Gaynor had tennis lessons.
Oh.
She used to go for tennis lessons. All the gear, looked the part.
All in white.
Yeah. No, she had a gold dress.
Jeez.
Went proper special. Bought the Babolat racket and all that kind of stuff. She had all the gear, all what's in. She was quite good. Not bad for a while. And then we went playing in somewhere in Italy. And I said, "Come on, I'll have your game," sort of thing. And I'm not a bad player. We played tennis, didn't we, in Portugal, sort of thing. We had a decent. We went to Madeira. We had a tennis tournament, if you remember.
Yeah.
Where we played about 130 games.
Yeah, I do remember that.
So it was. I can play tennis. I'm not bad. I'm not a great player. I'm not a level of joining any sort of like teams or clubs or anything like that. But I can I can hold my own and have a game with someone of the same sort of like level, and I can get it. I can serve over the net. I can get it over the net.
Yeah.
I can play.
Yeah.
But I'm not of any. But I do enjoy watching the finals.
Yeah, same.
I'm not really into the early rounds.
No, I'm not.
No, it's when it gets to the serious stuff, semi-finals, finals. That's when I'll start watching on TV. I'm not really into going to Wimbledon. It's never really sort of like took my fancy. I always take the Wimbledon crowd as a little bit odd. They're always a
It's
little bit
very
weird.
posh, isn't it?
It's a bit weird, and I don't think I'd fit in there. So I'm just like, don't go to Wimbledon.
No, I wouldn't.
The only time I'm going Wimbledon is Wimbledon away.
Wimbledon away.
Yeah, AFC Wimbledon.
Yeah.
But anyway, this was the final this weekend, Wimbledon. Carlos Alcaraz against Novak Djokovic.
Carlos Alcaraz is like...
He's the number one.
He's the number one in the world right now. I absolutely love him. I think he's great.
I agree with you. He looks a bit like Aguero, a young Aguero. And when I was watching him in the early round, I don't watch early rounds, I was watching him in the early rounds, and I was looking at him thinking, this guy's bloody good. He really is a good talent coming through. And he's only 20 years old. And I was just admiring his style, everything about him. I didn't know he was the world number one. When I'm saying it, I'm just like, this guy's good. And then he's like, the current world number one. I was like, what? I went, that's why he's good. And I'm like, he's going to win it. And I thought, to that guy, when he's going to win it anyway. Then Djokovic was coming through, and I thought, oh, hang on a minute, forgot about him.
Yeah.
He's,
Djokovic is in a final all the time, isn't he? He's won it for like the past 3 years.
I think he won something like 8 out of the last 10 or something. Daft.
Something crazy, yeah.
But he's a phenomenal.
But I know the result of this game. Obviously, Carlos took the W. But if Novak Djokovic won this, I think it would be no debate that he's the best tennis player of all time.
Yeah, probably right. And he's one of them where I look at Djokovic and I think Djokovic, Federer, Sampras, Nadal.
Andy Murray.
No. He's a very good player.
He doesn't go into the greatest.
Not in the same category as them. Of Sampras, Federer, Nadal, Djokovic. But I think this Carlos Alcaraz, I think he could be one that's going to power through and be here for the next 20 years sort of thing.
Yeah, Carlos Alcaraz looks the real deal.
He does. Yeah. But anyway, I watched this final all the way through. I was actually sat in A&E. I had it on my phone.
I
had it on my phone, like just watching it, and everyone was staring at me, going, "What's he doing?" I'm just sat there going, "Ooh." Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get into watching the Wimbledon final highlights, though. Carlos Alcaraz v Novak Djokovic. I'm not actually sure what the score was, to be fair. I've not seen it either.
I know.
Oh, Jesus.
Made me knackered watching it.
Djokovic went up early.
First set.
5-0.
First set was 6-1. Some of the best tennis you'll ever see, though.
That was close.
Yeah, after the first set, I thought, oh no.
When I just looked at it there, it was saying 5-0. And
the first set, I was like, this is going to end quick.
Yeah, it does look like it, but you just have to find your rhythm in tennis.
He wins the next 2
play
sets.
Into the game, yeah.
He wins the next one. I think it's 6-3, and then he won 6-1 himself.
Oh, really?
Some great rallies. Great shot.
Nice.
20 years old.
Oh.
Oh, what a shot. Oh yeah, second set was a tie break, I guess. Was it? No. I think it was 6-3. One of them was a tie break, maybe it was this one.
There we go.
Yeah, it was.
Jesus. To hit the ball to return that, never mind.
I know.
Djokovic not hit the
Coming at you
ball
like
after
what-
that. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
they're coming at you like 125 mile an hour, aren't they?
Yeah,
125,
like
something like
130.
that, round about that speed. And but the crowd, the funny thing about this one, the crowd at this end, where the camera was there, which was just in front of Djokovic at that particular time, were giving it the big one for Alcaraz. And Djokovic, when he won a set, he turned around and blew him a kiss.
Yeah.
He's like there's proper wind up going between the crowd and Djokovic.
I think of most of the crowd wants a lot of people wanted Alcaraz to win.
You know the mad thing is though with Alcaraz, like I say, he's only 20. Who's good at anything at 20 years old? Same age as you.
I know, yeah.
But who's that good at something? A world number one at 20. What other sport can you think of where someone's a world number one at 20 years old? Can you think of any? I can't think of any other sport where someone's that good at 20.
You can think of
Gymnastics, maybe.
but you can think of people that were like really good at their sport at 20 years old.
But best in the world. He's number one. He's world number one.
When LeBron James was 20, it's not like he was.
Yeah, possibly. He was. What year did he start in the NBA?
18.
18. So LeBron was probably coming through as probably one of the best in the game,
At
if not
20,
the best
probably.
at 20. Yeah. But it doesn't happen often, does
Kylian
it?
Mbappe was coming through when he was 20 as one of the best in the world.
But he's one of the potential best in the world. He is number one.
No, I know, but his works differently in tennis.
I know he does.
Like,
It's
realistically,
ranked in
Djokovic is probably a better tennis
Yeah,
player.
correct. I know what you mean. But he's world number one.
Yeah.
He's the best in tennis at the moment, ranked than anyone else. What other sports do you get that in? That's what I'm saying. I can't think of any.
No. Unless you get, like, good young golfers.
That's
But then
another one.
it's-
Golfers. Yeah.
That's something that you get kind of... You not get better at in age, but, like...
Yeah. Golf could be with darts.
Darts. But how many young darts players do you see? Like, it's
Not many.
always so like you get better in age.
Yeah.
3 aces.
Oh! Great shot.
No way he gets there.
Oh, lucky.
Like, just a quick question. How tiring is this?
I know. That's the other side of it.
This must be absolutely knackering because they're playing for ages
4
as
hours.
well.
4 or 5
And
hours.
they're it's constant sprints to either side of the thing.
There was one game I was watching, and I think it was like I don't know if it was in the third set, and it was like I don't know what it was, like Oh, this is the third set, whatever it was. But one game was going on, and I was like, man, I think it was 20 minutes for one game. I think they had 13 deuces, and I'm just sat there going like, man, this was some tennis. This is probably the best tennis match I've ever watched.
This one?
Yeah,
Like highest quality?
yeah. It was the levels
Yeah.
were just way ahead.
But like
of anything
if
I've
you're
ever seen.
playing tactically, like would they start like at the start of the game, start making it so they have to hit it soft to that side, so they know they can get it, and they start running, and they waste all their energy early on in the game.
And he's sliding because it's on grass. There's a little bit of slip and movement there that you don't get on like hardcourt or on clay. You get a little bit of movement on clay, but not like you get on grass. Shot. This crowd here, just this at this end, we're proper on Djokovic's back. 6-1.
Good score.
Get a great score. What a shot. What a shot.
He's so good.
That was unlucky, that. To get the fault on that first service, I meant. Because Djokovic had a shot on that when he put it in, it was going out and it clipped the net and went in. Oh, double fault. Off the net. And that was the break. This is where I thought he was going to change. I thought Djokovic had it here now, going into the last set. That drop shot he's got is brilliant, isn't it?
I know, yeah.
What a shot.
What it is with Alcaraz as well, he just
Powerful.
Seems like he can get there when it doesn't look like he can get there. Like
Because he's 20.
Like it seems so far away, but then he just gets there. And
I can't remember who the last 20-year-old was that won at Wimbledon. I think maybe Boris Becker.
is this this isn't the youngest ever Wimbledon winner, is
I think
it?
Boris Becker is.
Yeah. How old was he?
I want to say he might have been 18 when he won Wimbledon. Becker.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
I've got a
impressive.
feeling he might be... No, maybe 20. 18 or 20.
Yeah. Not 19.
No. The power.
Oh.
Yes.
See what I mean? He just gets there.
Yeah.
I didn't think he could get there.
Looked out. That was the break. That's what he needed, the break in the final set. Match point.
Is that it?
What an achievement. What an amazing achievement. That's it. What an absolutely amazing achievement for a 20-year-old.
I know, yeah.
Superb, that. And he did, like I say, it's probably the best game of tennis I've ever seen. It's absolutely outstanding. And when I look at it now, and I look at tennis back in the days, I mean, I've watched it from people like Bjorn Borg, John McEnroe, Jimmy Connors, think people out all the way back there. And then I look at it today, and I look back at some of the players and I think, would anyone ever beat Pete Sampras? I used to think in my head. And then along came Roger Federer. And then you think, is Roger Federer better than Pete Sampras prime though? And then when you see Pete Sampras play, you think, when you see Roger Federer playing, you're thinking, yeah, no one's beaten Roger Federer. And then along comes like Djokovic or Nadal. People, I think Nadal had that. He was solid on clay. Absolute superb. Stupendous player on clay.
Yeah, I would take Roger Federer over Rafael Nadal though.
I would. But would you take Roger Federer over Novak Djokovic?
No, I'll take Djokovic.
Yeah, and it's one of them. And when you look at, and I'm going to take Nadal out of the equation here because I don't think he's as great as. Well, I shouldn't say that because he's a fantastic player. Maybe should leave him in there. But who wins out of a prime Federer, Sampras, Nadal, Djokovic, and maybe even throw in there Bjorn Borg or a Jimmy Connors?
Then chucking Alcaraz.
And throwing someone young one like Alcaraz. Yeah.
Or even like when Alcaraz is in his prime, it could be a completely
different story again, and everyone will be like, "There's no player ever been like this guy." But
Carlos, like, he plays the game a little bit differently to everyone else as well.
Even Boris Becker, a prime Boris Becker, there's loads you can sort of like go through. It's,
who's your like greatest tennis player of all
Pete
time?
Sampras.
Really? I would have to say Novak Djokovic.
Yeah, I mean, just when you look at silky players and sort of like for length of time, Roger Federer was just outstanding. But for me, Pete Sampras was just the best I've ever seen. But that game I watched there, it's changing my mind a little bit on this because Djokovic, he's an absolutely cracking player, isn't he? But yeah, it's not something I normally get excited about tennis, but that final was brilliant.
Yeah, Wimbledon. Do you reckon Wimbledon's the best tennis?
I think it's the most prestigious tennis tournament there is.
Yeah.
I think if you ask any tennis player what's their Grand Slam event they want to win more than anything, I think they'll choose
Wimbledon.
Wimbledon, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I think they'll choose Wimbledon followed by the US
French Open.
I think US Open beats French Open, and then Australia or France maybe. A toss up between Australia and French. But I think Wimbledon followed by the US Open.
What's the one that's on like card?
US.
Is it?
Yeah, the Alcaraz Stadium, I think it's still called the Alcaraz. Used to be in Queens. But then you've got other tournaments as well that come through. But you look at, I think Wimbledon's the most prestigious.
Do you get the most money for it?
Don't know who gets the most. I don't know how much they get paid. I don't know
your
what the prize funds are.
They will get paid a lot.
Oh, it'd be a few $100,000 for doing that. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the amounts are. I've never looked into it. I've never been that.
I might just
interested.
search how much
I've never
do you
been
win.
that interested.
How much
in
do you get to win Wimbledon?
When people ask me about sport, and everyone goes, "You watch so much sport," and I go, "I do." But you show certain interest in certain sports and certain interest in other sports, like a level of interest. And with tennis, I'll sit there and watch it, but I'll dip in and out. Especially with tennis. Same with golf.
Yeah.
I'll dip in and out of golf. I'll watch it, but then just like go in and out a little bit. Don't know. How much? What was the prize money?
The men and Wimbledon singles championship for Wimbledon take home 2.35 million.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit! I didn't think it was that much. I thought it was about. I'd have put about $700,000-800,000 out.
I would have said. I thought it was in the millions. I can't lie. That's why I said it.
Wow, brilliant. Well, I'm not surprised.
It's a lot of money.
Hard. It is a lot of money. You're right. There you go. Anyway, there's our coverage of Wimbledon for this year.
Yeah.
Join us for the American. Join us for the US Open. Live from the Alcaraz Stadium, if it's still called
two
that.
Commentators.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was good.
Right.
Enjoyed it. And I'd tell you what's good about watching Wimbledon on BBC. John McEnroe. You won't remember John McEnroe. He used to argue this shit with everyone. Don't know. Have you ever heard of the phrase, "You cannot be serious"?
Yeah.
So that's John McEnroe. Yeah. That's where it all came from. And when his days when he used to play, Jimmy Connors, Bjorn Borg, he was always not fighting, but arguing and slamming his rackets down and causing.
Don't you get fined for like anything at
just
Wimbledon
being a dick? Yeah, you can't wear any other colour than white.
I remember someone had a different colour sole of their shoes,
Yeah.
and they had to go and change. And
Probably someone like Nick Kyrgios.
Yeah, I think
He's another one that's always in trouble, but great
He's
personality
funny,
to
though.
watch. It's very funny. I think as soon as he's out of Wimbledon, get him straight into the commentary booth.
Yeah.
And listen to some. I'd watch it all
Or
the time.
making the umpire.
I'd watch it all the time. The umpires don't need telling. Trust me, they've got it within themselves as well.
Yeah.
Some of the umpires. But anyway, there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers.
Cheers.